Some bugs, like butterflies and bees, are great for your garden, but others are bad bugs that can eat leaves, flowers, and whole plants. Hello, I'm Kendra, and on today's Little Sprouts, we'll be talking about some of these bad insects and how you can keep them under control in your garden. I'm sure you've heard of the very hungry caterpillar, but have you heard of the very hungry tomato hornworm? Probably not. These green worms with little eye spots along the sides of their bodies and horns on their back ends can eat an entire tomato plant in a single day. But they don't just eat tomatoes. They will happily snack on potatoes, peppers, and eggplants as well. If you notice the leaves on the top of your plant have been chewed away, you might have a tomato hornworm. To keep these under control, just pluck them off the plant if you see one, pull weeds as best you can, and till the soil frequently. Next up on the list of bad bugs is the squash vine borer. Baby vine borers, like the name suggests, love to eat through the vines of different types of squash, like pumpkins and zucchinis. If one day the leaves on these plants are green and vibrant and the next day they are wilted and dead, you might have a squash borer problem. To try and keep these bugs under control, trim off the dead vines and wrap the bottom of the plants in some tin foil to keep the adult vine borers from laying eggs. Next is the potato beetle. Now these little striped insects might look cute, but don't let looks fool you. They will happily eat through potatoes, eggplants, peppers, and tomatoes. If you see some of these bright orange egg clusters, just try and remove them. Next up is the cabbage looper. This little green worm looks a little bit like a hornworm, just because they're both green worms, but it's actually a baby moth, and it will happily eat through mustard, kale, and cabbage leaves from the stem to the roots. If one day the leaves on these plants start to look like Swiss cheese, you probably have a cabbage looper. To control them, just try and cover up your vegetable rows to keep the adult moths from laying eggs on your plants. Finally, we have aphids. These teeny tiny bugs travel in packs and will eat almost anything in your garden. They typically hang out on the underside of leaves. Usually, a strong stream of water from a hose is enough to knock them off your plants, but attracting insects and birds that like to eat aphids, like ladybugs, will also help keep them under control. I hope you enjoyed this video and can keep some of these bad bugs out of your garden. I'll see you next time. Bye!